Okay, good morning. See if I can adjust this real quick. Good morning. So I wanted to show you how I went about my character development and how I revised it, because my first one I did not like at all. So let me show you what I'm doing. So the first thing I want to show you, I'm just going to see if I can get a little bit bigger, is my original character development. I wrote this very quickly, but not only did I write it very quickly, I didn't do very well with it. So I hope you can see this. Let me just double check. Hold on. Yes. Okay. So my mother was going through cancer treatment, so I was always responsible for going to the store and cooking and cleaning at home. She loves my cooking and requested that I make chicken and dumplings the night school was canceled, March 12th. It felt like she was asking me to move a mountain. I know she knew I was tired, but my mind was also racing with thoughts of everything in the world and what it meant. And the last place I wanted to go was the grocery store. All right. So when I wrote this, I was just thinking about getting across my mother in my story. But then, if you look at the characterization chart that we've copied and put into our notebooks, most of what I've done is direct characterization. I've basically been the narrator of who my mother is. So I thought I would revise my character development and thinking about indirect characterization, what maybe she says, what she does, what she might look like, what her thoughts might be, or how she affects me, might be something important to keep into my character development. So I went and I rewrote it. So let me show you what I've got now. Chemo was on Tuesdays, and she always seemed a bit more tired the rest of the day than on other days. When she went, she had to wear loose-fitting clothing and could not eat ahead of time. Tuesdays made her grumpy. By Thursday, though, she had her appetite back and better outfits. She would even use a little lipstick to pick up her mood in her face. That Thursday, when I drove home, thinking hard about what all of the news that was coming over the radio meant, I had no idea she would request something so simple, yet to me so complicated. She saw me heave my bag onto the kitchen counter. I think she saw my shoulders shrinking from the weight of both my school supplies and my concern over a virus we could not see or touch. "Jen, I think we should make chicken and dumplings tonight." And by we, she meant me. I started going through the possible ingredients I would need as a mental checklist. She stared at me, expecting a quicker response, and said, "Well, you know I just love your recipe, and I've always hated the dish from other people. Something about yours, though, is just so good. I would just love a bowl right about now." I finally have my appetite back. My mother loved flattery. She used it all the time on everyone to get exactly what she wanted. Sometimes it could seem quite genuine. Other times it was obviously forced. I'm not sure she could ever tell the difference herself. So you should notice that what I've done here is I've taken my mother and I put her in a situation, even had her say something. I told you a little bit about what she looked like and how she was feeling, and what she was saying and how it made me feel. So I feel like this is a much better version of my character development than the one that I started with. And I'd like for you to try to revise too. Use this anchor chart in your notebook to help you think about how you might take yourself or somebody in your memoir and tell the reader about them. Not only directly, because that's all I did the first time, but also how can you work in some indirect actions as a writer. Go ahead and put this in your notebook as entry number 5.